All right, welcome back, everybody. Another episode of 2Gs Bourbon Talk. I'm George. It's my dad, George.
Whoa.
Do something a little bit different. No tasting today. We're gonna reveal our. Each of us will reveal 8 of our favorite picks for 2023.
Yes.
Now, this isn't like our favorite we ever tasted. This is going to be the favorite that we own in our collection out of what? Say we own 90 probably between the two of us. Yeah. Different bourbon or whiskeys, rye whiskeys, whatever. So what we did is we each picked 8, right?
Yep.
Of 8 of the, I wouldn't say it's probably either the best but this is what we come up with for our 16. It's going to be, a 5-week series.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do a double blind for 4 weeks.
Okay. Yeah.
My wife, Christy, is going to, she's going to take care of all that for us, pour them every week, randomly pick them, not going to be in any order. We're going to have basically, when we reveal them today, we'll show everybody what we think is our favorite to our least favorite. And then we'll see how it works out in the end. What else? So we'll talk a little bit about each one. If it's a blender, or if it's a distillery, or how many years, and just go through it quick so we're not here all day trying to reveal these bourbons or whiskeys or whatever. So no show last Friday. This is Sunday. So we spent 17 hours of our day on Friday, yeah, and about 15 hours of our day on Saturday at the 2024 Olympic trials, wrestling trials.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I know we're not as tired as the wrestlers, but we got to be pretty close, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
That's a long sit.
Yes.
With only one break in between all day long. There's 2 sessions with 1 break. The first day, we went from, what was it? It was 10 o'clock when it started. Yeah. Took like 3:30.
Yeah. And
then back at 6, we had to start watching again at 6. And then yesterday, a little bit better. Started at 10. We ended at like 1:30. Yeah. Went and grabbed something to eat, had a drink somewhere else. And then went back and we got home like 10:15.
Yeah.
So the teams is picked. Freestyle teams picked, so that was pretty exciting. Good time. I think I'd probably rather watch it at home.
Yeah.
People standing up and.
That was my last one.
We did have highlights though. Like every 15 minutes, someone would walk by and almost fall down on the stairs because it was a big transition. It was like from the lower level to where we were sitting on the lower level. So it'd be LL. We were sitting in L, lower level. There was it was almost like a pull out section, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then it went from like a pull out section to a concrete. And the first step was only like that long, but it was like that high. So I bet you 75 to 100 people probably tripped over that.
Oh my God.
And the one lady, the closest one to getting hurt, there was a rail right in the center. You grab, either side. She was like that close to hitting her face off of it. Mm. And it was just constant.
They should have put a sign there or something.
There's no signs. There's no nothing. It's just.
Well, every place was like a little landing or another section. That's the way it was.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Except down low there, all the steps were only like 5 inch. Then you get up there to the concrete part, and they're like 8 inch.
Yeah.
It was
just in that one spot, but yeah. But yeah, it was a good time. Like I said, that's a long time for me to sit in a bleacher and watch people stand in front of me because when I'm trying to watch wrestling, it's just irritating. So I'd rather be home and enjoy it here. But anyways, that's over with and back to reality and back to bourbon. So bourbon whiskeys, whatever, rye whiskeys. Yeah, that's basketball. We don't talk that. We don't talk like that.
No, this is Sweet 16.
Yeah. So you want to go first and pick yours? Or you want me to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
This is my favorite.
That's your favorite out of the favorites?
Yep.
The Barrel Vantage.
Barrel Vantage.
And then what do you know about that?
Well, I know it's distilled in Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee,
Okay, so what's that tell everybody? You
It's
know?
a blend.
Right, it's a blend.
Yes.
And it's probably what, a 5 to 7 year. It's probably more of a 6 year, I would assume. That's most of what their stuff is. But so that what that tells me is so you said what? You said Indiana, which is MGP. You said Kentucky, which I'm pretty sure is either Barton or Green River. There might be, it could be Barnstown. Could be making something for not Barnstown, but yeah, Barnstown. Could be making something for him. And then George Dickel, because it's Tennessee. This is what that's telling me. So I guess we'll put this. We'll start it like right here, so we can do it on the line. And so my first pick of my 8 would have to be Elijah Craig, 923. It's probably not only my favorite of my collection, but probably the favorite out of everything I've ever tried. So complex.
Yeah, that definitely would be my favorite too, but I don't have that one.
The flavors are so complex. It's like real deep, dark molasses, brown sugars, molasses, graham crackery kind of, sorta, marshmallow. And it's their oldest one that they ever come out, and they ever had the barrel proof, single barrel proofs. It's 13 years, 7 months, 133 proof, and it's a banger. So that's my first pick of my favorite picks. And just so everybody knows, these aren't. We're just trying to do it as we think what our favorites should be or would be in a blind. Basically, is what I'm trying to get at. You know what I mean? So what happens in the future? Who knows? You know what I mean? We'll take it day by day or week by week. So
My next one,
yep.
Maker's Mark.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And that's one of their wood finishes, right?
Yeah.
That's a fine wine and good spirits pick.
Yep.
So it's a barrel pick.
It's very good. Very good.
That's their wood finish series. One of their wood finish series barrel picks that are Pennsylvania fine wine and good spirits chose. I don't know who chooses them or what they just have master distillers choose them. So this is, I mean, what do we know? It's probably anywhere between a 6 and an 8 year.
Yeah.
Maker's Mark stuff usually is. It's their private selection, obviously. Fall edition, 2023, and it's probably what 109. So it's a 109 proof. So that's a good one. I've had that. I drink it when I go to his house. So
Yeah, that's why it's so low.
that's why it's so low. Yeah. I'd have to say my next one in line is pretty much one of my all-time favorites. Weller Antique 107. It's 107 proof. I think it's a blend of 6 to 8 year bourbon. I'm sorry, it's a bourbon, but it's a wheater. And you can guess or whatever. Buffalo Trace mash bill would be either wheat or mash bill. I mean, some people say they know, some people say they don't know. But yeah, this is I guess would be one of my. This is my second favorite of the bunch as it stands right now. So that would be my second. Number 3.
I got 4 Roses. It's a small batch select,
Okay.
non-chilled filtered. Not too sure what that is, but George probably does.
And these are all non-chill filtered. All the bourbons, that's what you want. So Jack Daniels is chill filtered. Tennessee whiskeys are chill filtered. So basically what they do when they dump their bourbons out of the barrel, there's like a mesh screen. It runs through a mesh screen, and that's all it goes through. You know what I'm saying?
This is 104 proof.
104 proof, and that's their select their small batch select. So that's one of their best selections, and it's probably a 6 to 8 year also, and that's really good too. All those are pretty decent, and it's a pretty decent sized blend.
Yes.
Batch blend. So, all right. So my next one I'd have to go with is something I never thought that I would ever like again. Never was a big Jack Daniels fan. That's only because for a long time, I mean, the only one that anybody ever knew was Jack Daniel's number 7.
Yep.
And never really cared for it. And a couple of my buddies were like, well, why don't you try some of these single barrel proofs? So I did. I got the regular gold label single barrel proof. It's really good. But this one here, it's kind of I don't want to say special one. It's their single barrel proof rye. It's not around a lot. It's not around like the regular single barrel proof. So I tried this, and it just like it blew me away. I was like, wow, that is really good. So it's like a 6 to 8 year blend of Tennessee whiskey. Well, it's not a blend; it's a single barrel. So this one here is 134.9 proof. So it's hot, but also kind of like my Logic Reg 923. It's real complex, and my palate identification on this is a Snickers bar. When it comes down to it, that's what I think it tastes like. You got to be right to the glass. You can't water it down. You just got to sip on it, and you'll get all the caramels and nougat and peanuts and chocolate or whatever the notes are I'm getting. But like I said, it's a Snickers bar in my eyes. So if you haven't ever tried it, check it out. It's pretty phenomenal. And that would be my third going in.
Well, I'm going to go with a Knob Creek
That's
single barrel.
Solid choice.
This is also a store pick
Yep.
from Fine Wine, 120 proof.
Yep. And so most of their single barrel proofs, the store picks, they're going to be over 9 years. So that one's what, just a little over 10 years, right?
Yes.
Yep. And they're good. You get your nutty, you get your black cherry, you get caramels and vanillas. But yeah, that's solid. Any Knob
Creek is great.
So and Jim Beam product. So
right.
Of course it's going to be good, right?
Yeah.
So that was your number 4. Yeah, number 4. So my number 4. I mean, we're splitting hairs here, okay? So my number 4, I'll just throw it out there. So my number 4 for this selection show here is going to be Henry McKenna 10-year bottle and bond, 100 proof. It's a Heaven Hill product. Really good product. So I speculated on it for a long time because I heard some bad things because I guess there was a pretty big significant price increase on it. It used to be like a $40 bottle, and now it's $67, almost $70. But when I tried it, didn't get a whole lot out of it, but just a bunch of sweetness and hardly any oak to it. But then it sat for a while, and I tried it again, and then I started getting more of the like buttercream icing, vanilla, caramels, and just like real subtle oak, but some caramels. A very sweet, almost like a dessert pour to me, but really good. So that would be my 4th.
Well, I'm going with Heaven Hills 2.
Okay, you're going to go bottle and bond.
Yep.
Also,
7 years.
It's a 7-year, yep.
It is
100 proofer.
100 proof.
And why is it 100 proof?
Because that's what it says on the
Because
label.
it's bottle and bond. It has to be 100 proof.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that also, so what I know of that, it's one of my favorites also, to be honest with you. It's a $50 bottle compared to a $70 bottle. And you're getting a lot out of it. So you got caramels and vanillas and, some oakiness and
Well, you can see this one isn't open because I drink his.
yeah, he drinks my stuff. He keeps his stuff, so that's why I'm making him open some of his stuff for this show. Pretty smart, right?
Yeah.
So, do you want to leave these? Do you think we should just try to make it through here?
I think we can make it.
Okay. So that was your number 5, and for my number 5, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to reach over here and grab this. So let's be honest, all right? Wild Turkey Rare Breed It's a barrel proof. It's a blend. No, it's not a single barrel. It's a blended whiskey. Jimmy Russell's master distiller. This is rated the top #1 bourbon in the United States. Yeah. And actually, I think it's the world because they shove this overseas all over the place, different places. But this right here, and what I get out of Wild Turkey products is it's a sweet and sour profile. I don't know how to explain it. I can usually pick it out of anything, any Wild Turkey product. Very solid, and this is, I think it's a 116 proof. Where are we at here? Yeah, 116, almost 117. But really good, really solid, and like I said, I think it's rated #1 in the world for bourbon whiskey. So,
yeah. That actually was my bottle. I swapped him a bottle.
Yeah, you know.
I was dumb.
Losers, keepers.
Yeah, I was dumb.
What's that saying? Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. Yeah.
Well, I'm going with a barrel. It's a cask strength. It's 104.60.
Yeah, and that's a series one. So that's that. What is that? 34? 034?
034.
Okay, so they got what? They got 030. They got 031, 032, 033, 034, 035. And probably a lot more. I think what I've seen is everybody thinks the 35 is the best.
Well, that's what people
that's 34, and they say that's solid too. That's another 6-year-old probably. And then where's it distilled at?
This is distilled in Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee.
Okay, so just as much as the same. It's you got your George Dickel in there, probably your Barton or your Green River, and then your MGP. So it's a blend, and these guys are master blenders. So all their stuff's good. Just some's better than the others, right? I would rather not have any George Dickel in it, but they do such a good job. You barely even don't get any of that Flintstone vitamin, minerally nasty ass taste to it. So they're really good. So that was your 6, right?
Right.
All right, my number 6 I'm going to go with is another Jim Beam product. It's a Booker's. It's a Storyteller batch. It is the 4th batch of 2023. Now I just picked this one because it just randomly. I mean, I like them all.
Yes.
I have all 4 of them from 2023. Now it's my dad's turn to do his series. He needs to. He's going to get all 4 of them this year. And this one here, it's a 7-year, 2-month. It's 127.8 proof, and you get your typical Booker's, real oily viscosity, if that's a word. You get a lot of some oak. You get some nut, some caramel, some vanillas, Jim Beam profiling, if you will. You know what I mean? And I love Jim Beam products, so I had to throw that in there, and that would be my number 6.
Well, we're going.
Might as well stay with it. If you're going to go, you might as well go with it. That's another Jim Beam product, so
Yes.
you might as well just stay with that.
This is Baker's. It's 107 proof, single barrel. It's 7 years old.
Baker's 7, yeah.
So
7. And that's like Jim Beam's high end. So once you get out of the signature series Jim Beam, and you got the Jim Beam Black, and you got the Devil's Cut, and you got the Double Oaked, that's basically their new. It's a single barrel, so that's their single barrel. That would be like the Buffalo Trace of Blanton's, or Blanton's, Jim Beam of Buffalo Trace Blanton's, so equivalent.
yes,
And that's your number 8 pick.
7
pick. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna have to go with the Barton Juice here. 1792. This is a single barrel proof. Store pick from Fine Wine Good Spirits. It is I guess it's 125 proof. So this was their tribute to their barrel proof or full proof, not barrel proof, same difference, but whatever. I think barrel or full proof means It goes in at 125 and comes out at 125. Okay, so that's what the difference is of full proof and barrel proof, because your barrel entry could be different than your finished could be, but this one may stay at full proof, which went in comes out the same. 125. Lots of. It's kind of weird because I almost get the same from this as I get from this. I get the confectionate sugars, deep caramels, and vanillas. A little bit of that cream cheese, vanilla, homemade vanilla icing type of deal going on with that. So that would be my 7th, and out of my 8 picks here.
Geez, I only got one left.
Only one left.
This is Legit.
Staying with the Jim Beam family.
Yeah. Kentucky Straight Bourbon. It is 95 proof.
Okay, and what's the deal with that? That's is that Fred No, and their Japanese blender guy. I don't know what his name is, and it's finished in a what cast? Is it a sherry cast? Sherry cast finish? Should say right there.
Sherry, yeah.
Sherry cast, yeah. And so it's good. I mean, that kind of took us by surprise. We weren't really sure what to think of that when we blinded it, and then it was actually come out pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's another Jim Beam. So heck, 3 out of the last 4 have been Jim Beam products. And my last but not least would be my the very first barrel we ever got between the two of us, Barrel Dovetail, and it is it's a rum port cast finished, and also finished in Cabernet barrels. So what they do is they finish. There's different barrels finished in different stuff, and then they take the different blends and they blend it into one. And again, this is Indiana and Tennessee, which again is MGP and George Dickel juice blended by Barrel Company. And I think it's Knoxville. No. Louisville, Kentucky is where they're from. So with that being said, that's our lineup. 8 apiece. It's going to be a 5-week series. So how it's going to work is we're going to double blind. My wife's going to double blind for us for 4 weeks. All right, 4 weeks. We're going to pick one. Okay, so it's going to be probably some arguing and feet stomping, and not sure how we're really going to figure out between the two of us which one we're going to keep out of 4 glasses. But we're going to figure it out. And the 5th week will be our finals. There'll be 4 in the finals, and they will be our picks. And like I said, it's going to be a random deal. So she's going to just randomly take 4 each week out of 16, and we're going to come up with our favorite. So if you guys don't watch the show, give it a shot. Like our videos. Give us some comments. We're doing pretty good. Maybe even every week in between, I'll do a short of what the winner was the week before to catch everybody up with what's going on. And then I mean that's all we got for today. We're not going to taste anything. We just wanted to reveal our 16,
right. Super
16, we'll call it, because I don't want to use the word Sweet 16 because that's basketball terms. So. So that's about all I got for tonight, and everybody have a good Sunday, and God bless.
Bye, baby. Go on.